Can you just keep turning up the audio? Yeah. Is it? Some people speak a lot louder than I do. I'm just talking a little bit low right now. Yeah. So we're just testing out the audio. If you guys can hear me in the back, because last week was. If you guys were here last week, it was. Look at this. I lost all my hair last week trying to figure out the audio issue. You know. Now we. I think we got the audio. Emily is handling all the audio back here, which is great. No, she still has all of her hair, so she's doing fantastic back here. All right. Hey, you took a picture of my private keys. Copy.
Only your face.
Hold on, let me get my recording. Oh, yeah, right behind. Let's see here. How's that? How's that? Is that okay? You want these lights on or off? Whoa. Is that fine?
Want to monkey with the lights and you're good to go. We have 3 minutes, so you can wait. Right here. That operates the whole thing. Okay, yeah, we got 3 minutes. Get the lighting if you get appropriate for the situation.
But I'm thinking like a director, like.
Oh, Ishai took his spotlight.
Is it wireless? Let's see if that works. Let's get the audio on that.
It does work. Audio is good.
I'm going to start off with this. I'm going to show this. How does this look? Okay, can you see it on screen? Perfect, because I'm going to start off with this.
We have another hot mic. Nope. Another mic's hot.
It's, that's the issue we had, which is,
Okay, we're gonna go.
but I
with
don't know
it.
how to mute that. Do you know how to mute that?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do it because I couldn't get the audio out of that, so I'm not getting any backbeat.
Test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Hello? 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 Hello?
Good?
No, it's not good. Can you guys hear me? No. I think the audio is doing that.
Did you
Or
turn
you
it?
loud. Huh? No, this one's on.
I didn't change anything.
Test, test, test. Test, test, test.
Like, how could I? I haven't changed a thing.
Maybe the, wow, that's really hot. Why is it that hot? Shouldn't be that hot. Because you have everything cranked up on. That's not. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Go ahead and talk in it.
You like it? Okay. What else? Community? One more? Go ahead. Yes, all right. real products with engineers. Anyone else? All right. So Hacker Dojo, actually, let me move on forward real quick. Now I'll go back to that. Hacker Dojo is a 501c3 nonprofit. Hacker Dojo is a community of engineers, artists, scientists, activists, entrepreneurs, and other creative people centered around a co-working and social facility. Memberships. We are a non-profit, and without the support of members, we cease to exist. That's true. Yeah. We currently have 3 levels of membership, which you can sign up on the website. Around $150 a month for unlimited access. You can sign up at hackerdojo.org. And since it is a 501c3 nonprofit, people aren't really getting paid on here. So we do need volunteers. Yes, we need lots and lots of volunteers. So please, if you guys can volunteer, please contact Tiana or Emily to volunteer. If you guys want to be here on the stage, hosting lightning talks, which is fun. It's exciting. Please take the spot. All right. We'll skip that one. We'll use that for next time. Donations and suggestions. There's a suggestion board on the wall there. If you guys can think of something how to improve Hacker Dojo, please write that there on the board. There is a donation list that we have on the desk in the back with some items that have been listed that we would like to have donated here at the dojo, so we don't have to tap into the funds that we're currently providing, right? All right, so take time to look at both of those. All right, so these are events. I haven't updated them, but they're pretty much, they do repeat. We have Rust Thursday, Friendship Barbecue, Lightning Talks every Friday. Build a AI robot pet. So Robot Robert's been doing that on Mondays. So if you guys are interested in his robots, he's making little AI dogs and walking around. So you guys can check that out and help build on that. All right, so if you guys want to check out Hacker Dojo, there are the links, the meetup, the website, YouTube, Twitch, Slack, Discord, and the Twitter.
Can I just mention there's something, it was on the list, but we didn't get to mention it.
Go ahead.
This may sound strange. We do free tech support for your computers and phones and stuff for Thursday nights and night. So if you break it, you fix it, or the Geek Squad is really taking your money and making your computer worse, we're the ones that fix their messes.
Great.
So feel free to bring your oddball or not so oddball computer and phone problems here.
And if you guys want more information, it is on the meetup. Where'd it go?
Yeah, it's meetup.
It is on the meetup, so you guys should check that out. Okay? All right, so rule number 1, if somebody can read that to me, hopefully a first-time visitor.
Be excellent to each other.
Be excellent to each other. That is the rule. All right, so we're going to have speakers coming up. We have a list down there on Lightning Talks. You're going to have 5 minutes to speak, and let's get our first speaker up here. Giovanni, Rise of Entrepreneurship. Yes. Would you like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. How's it going? Hello. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Turn that one.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. In case anything. Where's the time?
I feel like your microphone isn't as loud as his was.
I was yelling. I lost
Hey,
my
how's
voice.
it going? Okay,
There you go.
Nice.
Woo!
Let's go. Cool.
Go ahead.
So, the rise of entrepreneurship. As you guys all know, there's a lot of innovation happening. 2 days ago, I attended a conference on Plug and Play. They were talking about like all the innovation happening from XR, VR, the future of work. I attended another event yesterday that talked about that, 4-day work week, and so on. But all this innovation that's happening is bringing a lot of opportunity for people to actually break the pie of what used to be monopolies that used to control a lot of things to individuals who are willing to just kind of like learn and take action upon their learning and build things for themselves. There's ChatGPT, there's a lot of plugins, there's a lot of ways you can now build anything. There's a lot of things you can just start working on. There's e-commerce, Amazon, things that you can automate. So it's never been easier to build anything. It's expected by 2027 that 89 million people are going to be working from anywhere in the world. So that's all due to the rise of technology, the rise of XR, like you're gonna be able to literally see your working mate right next to you for you guys all to collaborate if you're working on engineering or like anything like that. So there's a massive opportunity for the rise of entrepreneurship. Money is gonna be invested. A lot of venture firms, little venture firms. A lot of people are not looking for, of course, there's always looking for like the big things that are gonna make them billions of dollars. But I think within time, people are gonna realize that investing on people and making like a 10x on their money, it's gonna be a cool thing to do. There's gonna be a breaking down of that kind of investments too. If we allow NFTs and the tokenization of money to happen, the breaking of the pie. For example, you can invest in digital art. It's never been easier to invest on a piece of art. For example, own a piece of Picasso and have recurring revenue come in, or just have like money sitting right there. Because art has been proven to be one of the best investments you can make, keep bringing in like 13 to 30% annually return on investment. So I'm really excited about people taking charge. I think we're gonna need better tools, better mindset, and I'm really excited about the future of society overall. So because of these innovations that are happening, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to be an entrepreneur. So if any of you guys feel inspired by anything, like don't just settle for a job. There's a lot of conversation talking about 4-day work week, and I feel like you shouldn't just allow yourself to work 4 days a week. You should pursue your own dreams, because at the end of the day, that's what makes life meaningful. So, yeah, any questions? Am I on time?
Got 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
You have a question? Okay.
Do you have any, what fields do you think, or what arenas do you think are going to be the most right for entrepreneurship in that way?
What arenas? Well, it depends.
Let's switch microphones. Go ahead and take that.
It depends on what you're into, honestly. If you're into e-commerce, it's gonna be a lot of opportunity there. If you're into building plugins, if you're into content creation, ads from companies, they're not gonna be paying like videographers to build a whole out of this world type of advertisement. They're actually gonna start investing on content creators to promote, because if you're gonna be a content creator and become a pianist and upload content as a pianist, like you're gonna be able to attract a certain kind of audience, and then companies are gonna go to you to invest and pay you for them to be able to promote the product through you. So it depends what you're into. Honestly, it's a time to really follow what your heart wants you to go. If you're into traveling, you want to travel the world, just pick up a camera and like do those kind of things. If you want to do something more meaningful and like impact society at large, then it's also a possibility. So yeah, hope that answers your question. There's space on anything.
I actually have a couple of questions.
Go for it.
The first one is, you said 89 million people will be working remotely,
By 2027, yes.
but that is 4 years from now.
Yes.
And that's within this country or worldwide?
That's actually a really good question. I don't think I looked at the statistics of just within this country, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be worldwide. Because, I mean, 89 million working remotely just in the US, that's like 1/3 of the population.
Right.
Which is honestly doable with XR and like the new technology that's gonna happen. So, it's a really good question. I didn't look at that specific context, but nonetheless, 89 million people, that's a lot of opportunity for a lot of folks. And
So there was one other study that I came across from McKinsey, and that said by year 2057, that is, over 30 years from now,
yeah.
about 70% of the global workforce will be gig workers. They will not have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
70%.
Yeah.
My other question was, was there a discussion over there with respect to AI and technology, in terms of mental health?
Yeah.
Was there anyone talking about that?
mental health is to be a very serious problem.
Yeah.
Not just in this country, but worldwide.
Yeah.
Especially post-pandemic.
Yes.
Do you have anything to talk about it?
Yeah, mental health. That's a really important question. I mean, I've gone through a lot of things, and I definitely understand what real mental health issues are. But I think there's going to be a rise of better communities. I think community is what really heals people. I think listening to one another is going to be the real crucial thing. And actually helping each other out with real tactical strategies, as opposed to trying to enforce a certain belief specifically. So I actually see a future where a rise of a certain community that's going to be innovative, that's going to be purposeful, and more for the people, as opposed to just trying to impose certain doctrine or whatever. But yeah, if you're talking about work and being burnt out, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. Like I said, there's going to be an opportunity to work from home 4 days a week. And like you said, by 2056, there's going to be, most people are going to be contractors or gig workers. UBI actually comes to fruition. So the opportunity to be one with one another and have something you're passionate about to do, something that you want to learn, just like do it. It's going to be, between the communities and the ability to do what you love, it's what's going to bring a lot of mental health issues down. That's my point of view. But I'm actually out of time, so thank you.
You guys are always more than welcome to talk to Ronnie afterwards. All right, we got Balaji next talking about Lotus 3D pointed microchips. What? Have you guys heard that? Raise your hand. 3D pointed microchips. Anyone? No? I've never heard that.
Hi, I'm Balaji. This is about mid-journey based idea, basically generated. It's not my picture. So, so this is a Lotus laser cutter which can be used as a novel design for chip making. Just I worked in Intel and Altera, those chip making company as a software engineer, but I got some interest in this line too, because this mostly people are interested in software. Hardware is not given that much interest. It's a boring job, basically. It's a routine job. So if you take the laser printer, we have a laser printer which uses this type of mirror to reflect and cut materials. It's a very not accurate. Mostly, it can't be used in making chip manufacturing. So mostly chip manufacturers use a different material. You can see lithography. That is called photolithography. So it is like printing T-shirts. We use negatives to print this. They print layer by layer. That is the chip manufacturing. They use this one. Still past 30 years, 40 years, they are using this technique. If you use 3D laser printer, mostly we use for circuit boards, flexible material, not microchip manufacturing, because it is not that accurate yet, 3D printing. So I came up with an idea, why not use a different design structure to use a laser cutter to cut in a different angle, using the Lotus as a reflector. So it acts like a mirror, because recently they found vibrations can help in aligning the particles in a chip. So that was awarded a Nobel Prize recently for using a light source to vibrate the material. So there is a sound and vibration used in this context. So how we can use this technology, that is the one I'm trying to see how we can incorporate. So NASA used this heat resistant to re-enter Earth. This is like a kind of a Lotus-like type of heat resistant module they developed. Based on that, I got the idea to develop this Lotus ceramic based laser cutter for IC chip. So basically, microchip mainly consists of ceramic sheet which vibrates based on the laser, and it aligns the particles based on that. So that is one of the university they have tried that. So we succeeded some extent. So we can use that laser printing to align the chip material, microchip material, to create microchips in using 3D printed way. So that is the one of the proposal I'm trying to use. It is like a trapping materials, like in in a toggling, when you vibrate it, centralize the particles. So that is the idea. In future, we may be able to print like a chip, like a prototype chip we can use and print using a laser printer. That is one of the idea. So it is like an air fryer. We can fry the chip and create a microchip at home. So that is one of the ideas I'm trying to project. So thank you. Any questions?
That was interesting. That was really interesting. Raise your hand if you actually like that 3D printed microchips. I thought that was amazing. Yeah, that was really cool. All right, let's get some questions. Who wants to ask? Oh, right.
How many patents did you just give away your secret?
This is not. This is an idea. It is not practically. I have done it. Yeah.
Can you talk more about the two separate Nobel Prize winning
Okay.
ideas that influenced your
Oh.
idea?
Yeah, this is they are related to laser. So the laser aligns the particles. They found when it vibrates the membrane, it aligns the particles. That is the given award recently. But I don't know much detail about it. But I read about it.
So was it just one technique?
Yeah.
And it won two separate awards?
So one technique to way of doing that, they combined recently one university in, what is the university? I forgot. That university did their research based on these two techniques, they combined it, and they used the ceramic fabric sheet, and they vibrated using laser. So it created a micro sound which aligns this particle. So they took a picture of this lasers reflected and created a pattern. So they used that repeatedly to print more layers.
Perfect. All right, anyone else? All right, Balaji, thank you. Thank you, that was awesome. Yeah, Marco, that one, see, yeah. Marco, welcome. You guys know Marco? Raise your hand if you know who Marco is. Well, you guys are about to get to know who Marco is.
All right, can you hear me? Cool. Thank you everyone. My name is Marco. Well, thank you for the introduction. My name is Marco, so it's great you taking care of me. I've been a long time member of Hacker Dojo and supporter, and I host my meetups here, so you'll get to know more about that. So again, today I'm going to talk about a little bit about my organization, which is called the City Hackers. So what is the City Hackers Association? It's a non-profit organization And what we do is we try to help, pretty much everyone to get into the cybersecurity field, but we're focusing on helping veterans and underrepresented communities. Our main mission is basically fix the three issues of cybersecurity, right? Number one, diversity. We want to see more women. We want to see more people of color. And number two, the HR system, right? We know it's broken because they keep posting jobs for a junior analyst that needs a CIS, and that just doesn't work. And also we want to put the education system because now there's many programs, many universities offering cybersecurity programs. But by the time the students graduate, they're basically not ready to go into the workforce, right? So that's what we're trying to do. They come, learn hands-on stuff, so they can be ready. Even if it's a seasoned professional trying to learn something new, they can just come to our meetups and learn something new, take it to their job on Monday, and start questioning their bosses, hey, is this secure? Stuff like that. So that's what we do. And like I mentioned, we have a meetup. We've been doing this meetup for probably 6 years, almost 7 years now. And that's what I'm here today because I would like to invite you to our next meetup, which is on May 26th. But specifically, we're going to be doing the DEF CON qualifiers. So if you have not heard about DEF CON is one of the largest hacker conferences. Happens in Vegas every year. This is going to be the 31st edition. And last year, as you will see here, we just gathered there, no intention to do anything. We just gathered there and we picked ACTF, and luckily we were able to win first place. So this year we said, well, with more preparation and stuff, we can do better. Even not just a simple CTF, but maybe the actual official CTF that eventually will get us a black badge. Black badge is a badge you get first place, and then you get to attend that CON forever. So you get recognition. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to win again, and that's why we're coming back on the 26th. We had a meetup last Saturday where we discussed how to play CTFs, what were CTFs, and stuff like that, and we did an introduction to DEF CON qualifiers. But now on the 26th, we're actually going, that's when the qualifiers are. It's a 3-day weekend, or it's actually not 3-day weekend, it's over those 3 days. We're going to be playing the official DEF CON qualifiers. And, the whole point here is not to compete. It's actually to have fun, to learn, and also to network, right? This is the time and the place where you can come, network, learn something new, and move on, right? So that's why I would like to invite you. The other thing I would like to announce is, actually this happened this morning. We partnered with the SecOps group. They came up with the Black Hat. I don't know if you're familiar with Black Hat. Black Hat is another conference happening the same week as DEF CON. And Black Hat created its first certification called the Black Hat certification by this SecOps group. So they reach out to us and say, hey, we would like to help you to start certifying your members. So I said, and they asked me, like, just pick one certification. So since we're in Silicon Valley and there's a lot of developers, I would like to see how much knowledge or how much you're implementing security when you're coding and stuff like that. So I want to give you a challenge. So this is a free certification that you can just go in here. This is the code right here. It's a PH-CAP-100, and this is the website. Go and register. It's only good for 3 days, but basically we want to see how much you know about security when you're coding, right? This is an application security certification. Give it a try. I want to see how much you know, and if you don't know enough, then come to our meetups, because that's where you learn how to secure your environment, how to secure your applications. Well, that's pretty much what I wanted to announce, but also just kind of like FYI, we do a lot of events, especially here in HackerDojo. We are big supporters. This was an event that we did actually these pictures were not from last week, but these were from January. But last week we had an event here with OWASP, the OWASP Foundation. We also partner at RSA to run the Dark Arts Village. So a couple of weeks ago, we did Dark Arts Village, and we were one of the best villages in RSA. And we did a great job. So we're gonna continue doing that. And that's, last time I was here is actually to promote the dark arts because I wanted speakers. So between now and the next year, if you would like to speak in one of my conferences or meetups or anything like that, please let me know. Last but not least, the Pacific Hackers Conference, it's hosted here. We've been doing it since 2019 at the old Hacker Dojo place, and now in 2022, okay? And that's pretty much it. I always ask for help, and like I always tell people, it's not about money. It's about spreading the word, referrals, connecting with people who believe, they're interested in cybersecurity. If you're hiring, please let me know so I can send you the right people. Sharing knowledge, if you would like to participate, please let me know. Sponsoring, if your company would like to sponsor an event, please let us know. And that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Any questions?
Marco, thank you, man. That was actually really good. Honestly, this is the first time that I heard Marco speak about Pacific Hackers. I mean, I know what he does. I just never seen his speech. This is his pitch. So it's really cool. It's really cool. Any questions? Okay, we got one up here.
So there are a lot of automation going on. So how the certification helps if there is most of them are going to be automated?
So, well, first of all, we have different members who come from different backgrounds. And, automation is been one of those topics that we're constantly talking about. What is the best way to secure your environment? Especially when you're doing an automation, right? Especially with the APIs and stuff like that. So we have a lot of conversations on that. But we can take it from the theory perspective of how it works and how to defend. But the real challenge is, especially when you're at work, right? Then you come with a problem and you're like, what do I do now? So that's when you start doing your research. But if you have something like specific questions, come to us and we'll point you to the right direction. We have been able to actually secure many companies, believe it or not, by just exposing your problem. So yeah, but that's one of them. Automation it's a big thing. Yeah. Any others?
All right, thank you, Marco.
Thank you.
One more.
Oh, one more, right. Go for it.
I think I asked you this last week, but for most of those sites you have, I think it's 2Wire and some of those ones, you can just use your own computer for that. I don't want to be bothered with having to set up something. That you could.
Right, so
they got to be safe if they're sort of educational sites almost.
Yeah, exactly. I have to say for the DEF CON qualifiers, because there might be actually live malware, my suggestion is get a laptop that is not your personal or corporate. If you're, you can even run a live image of Kali Linux on a USB and run it from there, right? So that way you don't have to do virtualization, you don't have to do that, or just use virtualization if your computer is capable for it.
VirtualBox or something like that.
VirtualBox, Fusion, yeah, that's pretty much the tool.
All right, thank you, Marcos. Don't leave, right? I want to talk to you afterwards, man. I'm interested. I like this.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Marcos. All right. How many of you guys have tried Linux? Raise your hand. Linux? Oh, great. This is great. We got Barry coming up talking about the problems with Linux. How many of you guys dealt with problems?
A single problem.
A single problem. Have you tried asking ChatGPT?
Poked around, asked around.
ChatGPT has all the answers.
Now, this is what I'm looking at, and maybe some of you who understand this better than I do will know how to, know what kind of magic words to say. I'm trying, okay, basically, I got a dual boot, Windows 11, Ubuntu 22, works out great, except that the amount of disk I gave to the Ubuntu side is smaller, because now I'm using Ubuntu. Oh, okay. All right, so basically, can you see that? We gotta pop this up there. Which one? That way? That way? Oh, come on, open clean, just a, let me get
There's
this.
light at the end of the tunnel, don't worry.
Shoot, these are the wrong glasses.
Is this an example of your Linux problem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots and
Anyway, well, I'm gonna have to look through the bottom. Which way does this go? Left, right, up, down?
However you have it set up.
I can't get the pointer, but
Yes, that pointer is.
pointer needs to go, it should go right onto here. It is, it will go through the top. Now we'll go through there. Go through there. We're stuck.
Does anyone know how to use a Linux tunnel?
Did it come down there? Oh, I gotta get the pointer back. Oh, let's see what we can do. Okay, let me drag. Oh, man. I can't get a pointer. Okay. Oh, heck, I don't want to. Just go on to the next person, I'll get this one. Because we're just wasting time here.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. You got plenty of time.
All right, let me close this.
We got up until midnight.
We have 6 people.
So. Oh, that's it. You got to go through the bar to get it back to here. Okay, now we can drag this over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
So for
teeny
you,
tiny friends.
for you folks watching on YouTube, I appreciate that. We appreciate that. Hacker Dojo appreciates that. That is so awesome because
Okay, so
we have
here's
7, 8 viewers. Thank you for watching.
okay, so here's Windows 11, all clean and good. I can mount both file systems. See Windows from Linux, Windows from Windows. Oh, okay, so here's all file systems. I can see Windows from Linux, Windows. Yeah, from either side, either boot, I can get the other file system. But here I've got, I think, 46 gig. I've got 80 gig blank space, and I've got a bunch of Windows space that I don't use. All I want to do is just add a bunch of this 80 gig into my Linux here. But when I go to make it bigger, it doesn't let me because apparently this Linux partition got put at the end of the drive, and I can't increase it into the free space. I can only increase if a partition is past the end. So does anybody know how to, brute force get this? I just want to get like half of the 80 gigs that's free added to my Ubuntu partition.
Is the middle partition, the empty one, larger than the Linux one?
Yeah, actually, I want to just put.
So make a new partition the same size, copy all the data over, get rid of the one on the right, and then expand it.
Except, okay, what's wrong is this refuses to expand.
You can't expand that one. Make a
No,
new one in
this
the middle, the same size.
But then how do I move Linux to boot into the new one?
You just use DD. Make a new partition in the middle one, the same size as the Linux one on the right. DD all the data over, and that copy.
Yeah, but I don't want to keep separate. I just want my one Linux partition, but bigger.
Then you kill the one on the right.
Yeah.
Then you take the middle one, which is the only one now, and you can expand to the right. You
Let's
can't
try this
expand to the
afterwards,
left,
okay?
but you can expand to the right.
All right, so my 5 minutes are up, I'm sure. Let's do this. Let's do this in the after party, okay?
All right, Barry, thank you.
Meet me after class.
What do we have next? Marco with, what is that, Scribbles? What is that? What does that say? Did that say Scribbles?
That's Egyptian.
That's not my problem with Linux.
Okay, so today again 2 graphs. First is probably everyone knows that about the mid of the week, Bureau of Labor Statistics issued us another number of inflation. It's year-on-year, it's 4.9 this month. So yearly, like back to the April. It was a 5, now it's 4.9, but it's not the core inflation. Core inflation went down only, core inflation 5.6 last year, now it's 5.5. We have to be very careful when estimating this number. First of all, it's a government statistic. I don't know where the government ever been right on that, because they take a very precise bucket of goods. They calculate a tricky way which goes long, like a 60-year back. So, however, objectively, we have not to trust that. But because we trade it, and everyone traded, it become a truth. But anyway, it's good news. Inflation goes down. However, it's a bad news because obviously Federal Open Market Committee now probably stays their way and want to continue to rise it. By the way, their target probably this number. So usually when Federal Reserve Bank, Federal Bank planning their strategy, they thinking very simplistically. So basically, inflation 4.6, our rate might be, inflation 5.6, our rate must be 5.6. And one of the Fed officials, Mr. Williams, made a speech and he says, yes, we're probably going to rise one more time and then stay low. Okay, now to the computers, because we are technology, we have to talk about computers. And I found that graph about the prices of computers, but it's not price of computers, it's prices of the copper. Why it's a bad news? Because if you look at, say, period between 2018, roughly 2023, almost all commodities which affect price of the computers are going up. Of course, you can see that it was some slight fluctuation, but most of the goods extracted from within the earth are in China. And you know what's going on in China, right? Lots of what's going on in China, but generally speaking, those prices not going to be getting down. And our periphery, our computers, not that one, but most of us computers going to be not cheaper. Of course, most of the prices goes to the chips, everyone knows, but that's also very important. Okay, and now to the conclusion, we have these graphs. Again, according to my projection, it's more or less I'm in the range of the realism past like 6 months. So you see we going down in Bitcoin. And on the NASDAQ side, I was a little bit less optimistic. So my projection was a little bit down, but more or less we ranging and then probably go down. Okay, that's it for today. Any questions? Yes?
When does the Bitcoin happen? Bitcoin reward happen? Did that
Oh,
happen?
you mean halving?
Did it already happen?
Did it already happen? That happened?
Okay, so there's 2 adjustments. One adjustment which going on approximately every 2 weeks. That's when Bitcoin hash rate growing, right? Every 2 weeks, because basically if you throw like billions of computers on solving nodes, basically algorithm of Satoshi account for that. So as soon as this hash rate go over the roof, they double difficulty, right? They increase, sorry, not double. Another one which everyone knows, it goes every 2 years. The difficulty rises, and going to be rising. And it's up in 1 year. We have to wait another year for difficulty to rise. That difficulty which we're waiting for. However, B19, B19, right? He's popular, one of the most sophisticated analysts in Bitcoin. He introduced that halving cycles, not halving cycle. So that was broken in 2019. So don't rely on that formula. You understand what I'm saying, right? You follow? Okay. Am I answering the question?
Yes.
Okay.
I have that similar question. Does that mean all of the Bitcoins have been bought at this point? There's No more?
There's still more.
There is still more in circulation.
Watch for 20, no, 2030 something. I think 2040. 2040, but you know, because it's asymptotical, right? We will never be able to mine all Bitcoins. You know, but realistically speaking, after that, most of the miners going to be living from transaction fees. That's why Ethereum kind of thinking more to be more economically, because they got inflation about 5%, and then they never stop basically having two source of revenues. And then of course they got uncles, you know that, right? In Ethereum they got different mining revenue formula. Okay, that's it.
All right, that's it.
Thank you.
Svir, thank you. On macroeconomics. Now raise your hand if you guys like crypto or Bitcoin talks or macroeconomics. I'm just trying to get a feel of the room. You guys like economics still? A little bit? Un poquito? Okay, gracias. Emily, do we have enough time for one more speaker? All right. All right, I got Michael with cryptos. All right, head on up. All right, there you go.
Wow, good to see you.
Michael, do me a favor, when you go up there, you introduce yourself real quick and go ahead and get on your talk.
Hi everybody, my name is Michael. I used to be a long-time member here. I'd like to speak about cryptos. I'm researching cryptos for many years, and recently with the use of ChatGPT, I came up with an idea, and I'm thinking that the blockchain and cryptos is essentially about what we call trustless truths, databases, and how we're dealing with that. And then recently I heard some gentleman named Jeff Booth. He was talking about how technology is supposed to drive everything to marginal costs, okay? The fact that we don't have it going on in our world is the macroeconomics, the fundamentals are all out of whack. So which means that trustless truth, it being a technology, the blockchain technology, is going to drive everything, every data that we have online to be at face value trustable. So with AI, I'm thinking that, especially AI, we're going to have ChatGPT minions, every one of us, we're going to have dozens, half dozens doing our tasks. So ChatGPT with combination of personal AI and trustless truth databases out there, I think that's where everything's going, which means that eventually at some time in the future, we can take things at face value online and through our AIs. And basically what I'm doing is I'm working on several blockchain concepts. I am personally focusing on Near protocol, which I think is pretty good. And they use Rust and Solidity and things like that. So I'm looking to network and team up with people that wants to get into the space right now. Okay, thank you. And my email is peerlayer@gmail.com. Thanks.
What do you guys think about crypto? You guys like crypto? Yeah. Want some free Bitcoin?
I'll take it.
All right, I think that's a wrap. Thank you guys for being here for lightning talk. Hold on. Whoa. Break time. All right. What are we talking about today?
User onboarding.
What?
User onboarding.
User onboarding.
Yeah. I've seen the
Go ahead and introduce yourself while you're at it.
Yes.
So everybody knows who you are. Are we looking, Emily? Emily? Good. There you go. It's on.
Cool. Can you hear me? All right. Yeah. It's here. All right. Where's the timer? Can I see it? All right. Cool. All right. This is long presentation. I'm trying to summarize in 5 minutes, but let's just kind of get to it. All right, so 3 user onboarding secrets for software products. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I hope you guys are ready to learn as much as possible. I'm going to be sharing the scary statistics for software products out there. This is Patrick McKenzie, known for his conversion rate optimization skills, and he says that it's very likely that 40 to 60% of your free trial users will never see the product a second time, which makes that first use of the software really, really freaking important. He's talking about the first user experience of your product and how it's crucial to get people to activate and to become loyal customers. So most people talk a lot about long-term retention, which is the proof of the concept and that your software works. But today I want to talk about activation rates and early retention rates. And that's what user onboarding is all about. And today I'll be sharing 3 secrets to help you optimize that journey as much as possible. My name is Ildefonso Prieto. I'm a product growth consultant, and I've been doing it for over 6 years, but I specialize on user onboarding. And this is some of the clients that I've helped over the few years. What is user onboarding? User onboarding is that experience that the user has with your product for the first time and how they get to the value of your product. It's like when you're trying to help them get to know your product, right? And how to use it. It's all about that activation or early retention rates. So the 3 secrets that I'm going to share are going to help you convert more free users into loyal customers. Secret number 1 is that a new user onboarding strategy that almost nobody knows about is that you have to optimize the first user experience of your product, because 100% of your users will never will go through it all the time, and it's what makes or breaks the relationship with a new user. This is mainly because people didn't see the value of your product, or they didn't understand what your product was even about. So the first UX framework, I created a framework to help people with this. I ended up doing a workshop, a bunch of frameworks, a bunch of stuff, but I couldn't find a way to get people to really change their product because it was very hard and time consuming and resource intensive. But meeting with my mentor, I found out that there's some awesome user onboarding tools that you can implement to very easily optimize the user onboarding experience of your product. And the examples that we used for one of our clients was Stealth Seminar, and the tools that we used were Intercom and AppFuse. On today's date, you can use Intercom basically for everything, so it's the tool that I would recommend. But essentially, you're able to optimize the first user experience of your product very easily without having to do a lot of changes and a lot of resources from your coders, right? So that's so to summarize it, the first thing you need to do is define a goal for the first user experience of your product. Then map out the journey from the moment they sign up to the moment they achieve this goal, and optimize that journey. Once you have that, then you can install these tools and have a very optimized user onboarding experience. This is just some testimonials that I've had from clients. The second secret is that you don't have to be a user onboarding expert to get results. You can actually let your users tell you what you need to fix. So what you do is usability testing. You are a power user of your product. They are not. You need to see people who are new to your product, how they stumble upon value, right? So it's very hard to do usability testing, so normally I wouldn't do it. But then I had a conversation with my brother, and he told me, hey, you can do remote usability testing now. So this is actually very easily. And there's a bunch of tools. So I put one to the test with a client called Ring4. I planned out a whole usability testing. I recruited the people with this tool. We made it very, very easily. Recorded everything, took notes, and came into some insights that I presented to them on that were very ROI intensive. It was very cool. And I put everything together in a Notion hub for everything. And essentially what happened was that SaaS Growers leveled up our services by including an easy way to audit a product's user onboarding experience, even if you're not a user onboarding expert, right? So essentially, you don't need to hire a new team or anything. You just have to use your test. The third secret is how to get more dream visitors to actually sign up and try that user onboarding experience that you just polished. So the difference between having a product that is very cool and having a product that is very cool but gets a lot of people to sign up is your communication. It's not what type of product you have, it's not what product features you list, or even your pricing strategies. There's a framework called the Elephant, the Writer, and the Path that will help you make people make the switch to your product, and essentially you have to appeal to their emotion side, to the irrational side, and to make it easier for them to go through that path. But the most important one is the emotional side, and you do that through good communication. Anyways, most of you are probably just like this, and wait, where is it? Probably just like this, but if you want more help, I can just do a user onboarding strategy call with you guys. So we'll sit down for an hour and I'll help you guys more personally.
All right, that was a thumbs up with onboarding strategy. That was actually pretty good. That was really good. You had that locked in. All right, any questions? What about the 3 secrets? All right, is our 4th secret? Anyone? All right, there we go. We got one question over here.
Oh, right.
This is the free version of all those products you get. You're actually the QA department for that company. and also the Q&A is also, they get other people to answer the question.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why, like Udemy, for example, they have a QA, and that's really good. They don't have to answer the question. Other users can come in a lot of times.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's a known strategy, but it's been very difficult to do. And now that you can do it remotely and very easily, it just opens up doors for even startups that normally wouldn't do these kind of things. They should do this. So yeah, for sure.
I think you're getting something for free, but you're actually the QA department.
Another question.
Just a quick comment. There are a lot of products out there that are blank slate frameworks like Notion and Airtable that don't do a great job. When you sign up, they say we can do anything, and you just have a blank screen in front of you.
Yeah, that's totally a common issue called blank slates. And you have to address those very carefully, because this is a moment where, imagine that you're a social network app, and you land the first time there, and then you see that you have no friends. You don't want the app to be like, hey, you don't have any friends, you know. Like you want it to be like an encouraging moment in which they actually use that time to tell you about the benefit that they will experience through the use of the product. So it's actually an opportunity to help out. And another way that you can fix it is you can create content as tutorial, where you would create what you would use the content of your own product to fill it in to teach the person how to use it. So for example, you will use a comment to say, this is where you comment. Or you would use a share, or yeah, it depends on the app. But you know what I'm saying. I hopefully I'm making sense. Yeah.
All right, Alfonso, thank you. I have friends on my social media. All right, everybody, thank you for participating here at Lightning Talks. If you guys are interested, once again, on volunteering here at Hacker Dojo, please let Emily know. She is back here. She'll be walking around. We'll be walking around afterwards. There's some pizza left over in the back and some beverages. So hang out, have a good talk. We're going to turn the music on and powwow. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys next week at Lightning Talks. Thank you.